Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Lakal. So I've been uh, working as a telecom engineer for some time, and probably in 2014-15, I just trying to find other ways where I can make money, like instead of like working 9 to 5. So I've been investing in gold and silver, and then since then I found out there's a new asset class called Bitcoin. So in 2017, that's when I got to know about Bitcoin, like early 2017. And since then I've been buying Bitcoin, like buying and selling, sharing, investing, likewise. So investing money and diversifying among other asset classes has been like one of my hobbies. So I've started this like probably 5-6 years ago, and kind of like fall in love with it. So it's kind of um, not a bad hobby to have. And since then, I've kind of learned a lot of things other than just gold and silver, like about financial markets, how to trade, how to buy and sell, things like that. And then I made a group on Messenger called Diversified Finance, and then I started adding a lot of my friends, and they started adding their friends, and then it became like a big group, like with 150 people in it. And then since then I've been sharing my knowledge, and then probably few months ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, I decided to have like a Zoom meeting and then share so that we can share our knowledge, and any of you guys can share their knowledge as well. So it's all about sharing our knowledge. All this is for free. Like I'm just saying, I'm not getting anything out of that, but I have that passion and satisfaction, like that I've done something to the community, and then I've shared my knowledge. So I welcome you all. So today, these are the topics that we're going to discuss. So let me start by describing in inflation. So as you know, during COVID, so this is topic number one, which is inflation. So during COVID, as we know, most of the countries around the world start printing so much of money. But even before that, they've been printing money for so long. So that's what the government do. Like every time there's like a massive deflationary event where you see like a market crash or any other economic crisis, what they do, the only solution is they start printing money. So, but during COVID, we have seen they printed so much of money, and so it's kind of looking like, you probably have seen this, like even if you go to the supermarket, you'll see things are kind of like expensive. So what happens normally, there's two reasons for inflation to go higher. The first one is money printing, and the second one is velocity of money. So basically, they can print so much, as much as they like. The government can print so much of money, that's fine. But when the second thing is like velocity of money. So they print money, they give it to all of us, like people who are unemployed, they can give it to most of the people in the country. But when they start using that money, what happens? There's so much of money chasing like limited amount of goods. That's where you tend to see inflation goes higher. So for example, if someone's selling, say, like a phone shop, let's say mobile phone shop, like where he sells, a retailer sells mobiles, for example. Let's say um, uh, every month he sells about 10 mobile phones, right, per month. But given that the situation, there's so much money, the people are so much cashed up, and there's so much demand for phones, and people asking, like, it's like he needs to have more phones other than having 10 phones. So he just probably sell 10 phones at the start, and then he has to have more phones because there's a demand is so high. So what he normally does, he has to increase the price. So this is how inflation works, and we end up paying more money at the end of the day. Same thing if you go to the supermarket, if there's so much money chasing less goods, you tend to see inflation goes higher. So the worst thing about it is, like, it doesn't matter how much you make. Like then you go to supermarket, things are expensive, and then the money that you make might not be enough unless you like being very careful with your money and you've been managing money. Plus, if you have multiple incomes, you probably can get out of this. So inflation, it's not a good thing. This is not a good thing. Everybody will end up paying more money if it keeps on happening. So that's inflation. Anything you guys want to add regards to this topic?
Yeah, with the inflation, will we see what they call hyperinflation, like some countries like Argentina, Venezuela, you know, like we are seeing what is that, 60% a year or something, right? They call it hyperinflation.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, hopefully you're not going to go there, right? If we go there, man, then it doesn't matter what we make. Like that means like you go to supermarket and you have to pay maybe $50 like for a loaf of bread. So it'll, if it keeps on, if they keeps on printing money, it'll get there one day. But I mean, I think they might come up with a solution for that. Specifically, they might have a digital AUD or digital yuan. This is already there. Digital yuan is already there. They might come up with some new currency, like, you know, digital version of, like, you know, on a blockchain. So I think this is what they're trying to do in the future, just to avoid inflation. They might say, okay, we're not going to have any more paper money. From now onwards, we're going to have digital currencies. So everything will be on the blockchain. You cannot withdraw and you cannot have it physically. And we might lose our privacy, right? Every time we spend money, they know where we spent it. They know how much we spent. So
centralized.
It'll be centralized. So this is the, it's good in a way, like, so everything's on a ledger, but we tend to lose privacy in the future, like, you know, I mean.
Yeah, but also that they still can create unlimited digital money too, right?
Yeah,
it doesn't stop them.
That's true. Yes. Yeah. So like it'll be a short-term solution for inflation right now, but yeah, you can still make more digital currencies, but yeah, that might be enough for another 30, 40 years, right? So US dollar's been around for like 40 years or so. So normally after 30 to 40 years, all these fiat currencies, it goes back to their nominal price, which is like zero. So after 40 years, maybe that's why we are having this distraction with all this COVID and vaccination and all that. So maybe trying to distract us from what's going on in the real economy. So I don't know what it is, but this is what I see.
Actually, Lakal, I think what's happening with the fiat currencies being digitized as in is just it's a matter of they're using blockchain. There's nothing different from the fiat and digital currency in fiat format.
Yeah.
Because what I figured out, if you check in the Reserve Bank of Australia has already put a paper on board, and what the paper states basically clearly states that it is a form of the fiat itself in the blockchain. So they're just using the blockchain, that's all, and its centralization is still there, and they can also mint, as you mentioned.
Yeah, but because given that it's on a blockchain, they would know, right, where we're going to spend all our money and things like that. So
privacy, big issue.
Yeah,
yeah,
but it's centralization.
Yeah, true.
And also, I mean, look, guys, we have Bitcoin, nothing to worry, right?
Yeah.
If they create digital more and all that, I mean, that's a good thing about that decentralized nature.
Yeah, Sam.
But also, I predict that there is an issue of who's Satoshi. So you say, you know, there's Bitcoin, that's fine, but the problem is we don't know who Satoshi Nakamoto is, right?
Isn't that the good thing?
Yeah, no, that's not a good thing because we don't know. It can be a government, it can be an individual, it can be anyone, right?
Yeah, so
it is a good thing as far as we don't know, I guess.
Yeah.
So
I think we will have a separate conversation one day on this, right?
Yeah, that's true. Because see, it's still a question mark, right? I don't want to see. I mean, the main reason why I'm in Bitcoin is just to make money, right? I just buy it at a low price, sell it at a high price. I just get out of the market. That's why I'm there. But we still have a few question marks because we don't know who created this Bitcoin. and there are some accounts that has like 1 to 2 million Bitcoin sitting in some wallets that never been touched. So we don't know who owns it. So we have these question marks. But I know for now, buying Bitcoin and holding it and making some money, it's on our side for the moment. So later on we have these questions. But I mean, as long as you buy some Bitcoin and make some money, you get out of the market, that's all we want to do, right? So I mean, I'm not going to fall in love with any kind of asset, regardless whether it's Bitcoin or gold, silver, any kind of asset. So that's where I am at the moment. So let's see what happens in the future. So there should be a different topic actually, like, maybe some other day. Okay, so shall we go to the next point, which is number 2. Okay, so rising interest rates, tighter lending, and impact on the housing market. So what normally we already discussed about inflation and how it happens, why it's there. So normally what happens, Reserve Bank of Australia or any other central banks, whenever they see there's inflation, if it's not controllable, they probably end up, the solution is to increase interest rates. That's what they've been doing for the past 30, 40 years. Right? Every time they see there's too much inflation, they increase rate, thinking that inflation, then they might be able to put a cap on inflation. So, and as we know, like say, if interest rate goes up to like 2, 3, 4, 5%, and then all the baby boomers, they might, because right now they're trying to take their money out of their accounts because they just get like 0.1% or something per annum, which is like nothing. So when they increase interest rates, that's where we see a lot of baby boomers put their money back into their accounts to get like interest, maybe 2-3% in the future. But I mean, I know the interest rates are at record low right now. I don't think we'll see like higher interest rate like next year, or like 2-3% interest rate hikes like next year, because if that happens, going to be a lot of issues. But gradually, like, every 6 months or so, they will force to raise interest rate in the future. That's what I believe. So in that regard, if we see higher interest rates, and we also heard that that there's like tighter lending at the moment, that it's not very easy to go and get a loan, just like last year or a few years ago. So tighter lending is also there, like they go through a lot of questions. Like even if you go through a broker, they tend to ask a lot of questions. And then someone just told me, I think he's in the group, one of the guys in the group, he just talked to his broker, and regardless of what you tell them about your expenses, bank just have their own kind of criteria to measure how much money they're going to give you, because they can clearly see how much you get paid every month, like looking at the bank statement. So they have their own criteria to make sure that people are not going to over borrow. And as we know, like if you borrow too much of money, it's going to be a bit of a problem. I mean, in case if you lose your job or there's like a pay cut or something like that happens that you don't expect, in that kind of a situation, things will be kind of harder for us, because your income might not be enough to maintain your expenses. So maybe that's why they're trying to like have tighter lending. Finally, they're gonna go there. So still, for housing, when it comes to housing market, there's a lot of government intervention. There's a lot of politicians that owns like 5, 6, 7, 8 investment properties. So anything that will happen to the housing market, they try to make sure it won't happen. They intervene, and then they might say, we'll give you like grants, just like what they have done for the past 30 years, right? So, I mean, I'm not seeing housing market going down like 40-50% or something like that. Maybe like a 5 to 10% correction in the coming 2 to 3 years, hopefully. But what I believe, it's if we are in a situation where there's like we are sitting on a massive amount of debt, we would find ways to like cut down on our debt and drop it to like a manageable level. I know this is like a very sensitive topic. Like, I mean, I had so many conversations regards to housing market, but I'm not trying to scare anyone or anything. But I'm pretty sure government is on our side, and everybody needs a place to live, like a primary residence, right? Investment properties, I'm not bothered much. So that's the topic number 2. So, okay, let me just in conclusion, right, for this topic, I don't expect housing market to go down by like 30-40%, maybe 5 to 10% correction in the future, given that there's tighter lending, and in case if RBA, because New Zealand, Reserve Bank of New Zealand, they have already increased the interest rates after 7 years, so we can see they trying to, like, increase interest rate. Most of the countries, they going this path, so we might see rising interest rate in Australia as well in the future, but I don't think that will affect much on the housing market, hopefully. So yeah, so that's the topic number 2. Anything you guys want to add, or anything?
I mean, rising interest rates, we can't see it now, but it's been there for the past 10 years. So this is not magic, even though people don't see this at the moment. It has always been the case. It goes to sometimes from 7 to 13%, right? And once that happens, the mortgage pressure comes in, and that's where everything happens. Now, today, what we see is that people would say, okay, buy an investment property, get leverage from that investment property, and then apply for another one, and for another one, and for another one. And that's wealth creation. Wealth creation stops as soon as the interest rates goes up to that level, which has happened in the previous past, which we can't remember now. So I think that's where I think we need to consider in there, I think, mostly, regardless of the lane.
Yeah, that's a very good point, because I mean, yes, we know, like, we've seen higher property prices for the past 30 years, right? But just because it happened like in the history, we cannot expect for the next 30 years it'll be the same, right? So need to have like 50-50. Might not happen, might happen, but I would probably try to stay away. Like, I'm not gonna go into like any investment properties or anything like that. Yes, there are people that even probably in this group, they made so much money out of the housing market. It's a pretty good asset class compared to other asset classes, like, for example, Bitcoin, gold and silver. You cannot rent it out, right? But if you buy an investment property, you can rent. Of course, you can rent it out. That could be like your passive income. You can do make tax deductions if it's negatively geared. So there are a lot of things you can do with the housing market. It's not a bad asset, but right now they just pushed it up so much, given that the interest rate went down for so long. Maybe in the future it might not be like a much of an attractive asset, but yeah, regardless, like, I mean, we don't need Bitcoin to have like a normal life. We don't need gold and silver to have a normal life. Not any other asset class, but we need need shelter, right? We need like a house. So yeah, so I agree to what you said, like 100%. So anything else? Anyone else want to add something to this topic?
Sorry, I need to clarify something, Lakar, as well.
Yeah.
What I said is in the parameters of if someone can pay off certain amount of their loan, regardless how many they have, I think that should be fine. They're safe, right?
Yeah.
Just say rather than having an 80% loan or a 90%, 95%, 100% loan, if someone can bring down the loan, that's a different story. Then that becomes a different ballgame.
Exactly. So yeah, that's what I mentioned this before. So if you can reduce your mortgage to a manageable level, right? So then if the interest rate goes higher, we don't need to worry, right? We can have a Labour government, Liberal government, who cares, right? We don't care what they want to do. They can do whatever they like, because then it doesn't matter to us. So the only thing is to bring your, maybe, I don't know your situation. For me, what I do, I'll make sure that my debt level is like at a manageable level. So even if I lose my job, if my wife loses her job, so I don't need to worry so much. So that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. Okay, unless you guys want to add something, we can move on to the next topic, which is hybrid and electric cars. Okay, so topic number 3, hybrid and electric cars. I mean, there's a reason why I mentioned this specifically. Like, as we know, in recent, like last week or so, we heard stories in UK that they are having issues with petrol prices. The petrol price has gone up and petrol shortages. This probably could be because of the inflation, plus because of supply issues due to bottleneck issues, like, you know, because we have to wait for crude oil to come from other countries, or I don't know whether we have refineries in Australia. I'm not too sure about that. Regardless, because due to inflation, seems like petrol price will go up in value. So when this happens, having hybrid cars and electric cars, I was thinking of buying a SUV for my wife, but then I realized, should I go for like a hybrid or electric cars? Because especially electric cars, if you buy electric cars, it's a 100% solution. Like if you see higher petrol prices, you don't need to worry, right? You just charge your car, you can just move around, no problem. Even hybrid cars, they are really good on petrol. Like you probably have to fill up every 2 weeks or so, depending on how you travel. So they could save a lot of money if you have a hybrid car or an electric car. And apart from that, if we see higher petrol prices, we'll see the demand for petrol cars will go down in value. And at the same time, if you have a hybrid or electric car, the price of these cars will go up in value. So it could be like a really good investment. Like if you buy like a hybrid, let's say for 15,000 or 20,000 or so, maybe if you see some sort of a crisis, the price might go up. It might double. You probably be able to sell it for like 40K also if you buy it for 20K. This could happen because when petrol prices goes up, it's going to be a hassle, right? We need to drive all the way to the petrol station, and there'll be like a lineup, people are waiting, all this hassle. You don't need to worry about it if you're prepared. And even if you have like an electric car or so, the price will increase given that there's so much demand for hybrid cars and electric cars due to higher petrol prices. So that's why I specifically mentioned these hybrid and electric cars. Anything you guys want to add regards to this?
I sent this quick draft. I thought it will good just the September, the car prices in right now, because due to that parts, you know, the chip problem.
Yeah.
I think you've seen that, right? I sent you. Yeah. I thought if you like, you can show that what happened, the quick spike on the report, you know, only on the mid-September.
Yeah, so I mean, we noticed, as you said, we already noticed this recently, right? Like even the petrol cars has gone up in value because of supply shortages. But we haven't
and all that.
Yeah, but we haven't. You probably know better than us about cars, right? Because you've been.
Yeah. But no one paying the price they're saying on the chart.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yes. Anyway, yes. I just want to share that, you know, some of the cars, no need to sell it hurry right now. With my experience, people calling me and saying, look, we have to wait 8 months to get a brand new car. Yeah. Right. And the way they're going with the Taiwan, they are the largest manufacturer. So we can't, if something happened, or, you know, with all the production, so the used car prices right now it's high. It's
high. Yeah. Already high, right? Regardless whether it's hybrid or petrol, right? Yeah.
When we you know, with the hybrid electric cars, like as we can see how much price the share price is gone up with Tesla. That in Sri Lanka there is that, you know, the Vega car.
It's electric car, right?
Yeah. So I don't know, it could be a very good investment opportunity when it's available for public, for like, you know, if you can buy the shares and stuff. I don't know how good.
Yeah, especially in Sri Lanka, like maybe, you know, if there's a petrol crisis, I think this would be like a really good opportunity, like to have an electric car or a hybrid car, because we don't need to worry about like lining up at the petrol station, right? I mean, because this is not hypothetical. We already seen this happening in UK, so this could happen in Australia at the moment. Like maybe once we look at the chart, I can just go through this and probably have a look at a few articles. So yeah, so that's the topic number 3. Anything else you guys want to add? Okay then. Okay, so let's have a look at Dow Jones and then Bitcoin ETF, altcoins, and then I'll get to investor attitude after that. Okay, so let me share the Chrome, Google Chrome. Yeah, can you guys see my page right now?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah. So trading view. So let's look at Dow Jones. Yeah. So as I'm pretty sure you heard this, Evergrande is having like a really bad time at the moment, and it's like a rash. It's all over the place. Everybody's talking about it. So, and then there's like a second property developer came up afterwards, I think last week, and they're saying they are kind of bankrupt or something like that. So this is kind of a bit of a worry at the moment. So this is Dow Jones Industrial. So yeah, so we had like a clear trend line. We had a clear trend line right over here, and looks like we've broken it right there. And now it's kind of like this could act as a bear flag, meaning price could go down even lower. So we have to wait and see. So this is the daily chart. And yeah, so this could be like a double bottom, which is, it could be like a bullish pattern. Then it might go back up, probably closer to here, or probably it could go back all the way back up to this green line right here, or maybe somewhere up here where we had like the local top. If that's the case, it might, if it's not going to go above this level, we might see further correction towards downside. If it goes above, then it might be okay. Let me just draw it. So this line right here. So if it goes all the way up here, break this line, and then come back down and settle somewhere over here, then we can say, okay, maybe there's a bit of support around 35,500 level, and then we probably can expect further upside from here. But if it goes all the way up here, right up here like that, and then hit this trend line, and if it's like resistance, then it might come back down like that, and then it might go down lower. So I don't know, there's many YouTubers talking about like a 50% share market crash. So if that happens, of course, then probably it'll take down Bitcoin price as well with it. So Dow Jones is not in a good position at the moment. So we have to wait and see what will happen probably in the next week or so. But having said that, yeah, we still have a bit of support right here, right over there. So it's kind of like range bound within these two lines. So if it goes above, break above, then it's okay. If it goes back down here, it breaks below this line, which is 33,789, then we might see for the downside, unfortunately. So that's the Dow Jones chart. And even RSI is not looking too bad, but we have like a, if you look at MACD, we have a bit of a bullish. This is like a kind of a bullish setup actually. This setup right here is bullish. And you can see like two green candles. So maybe next week we might see this trying to go back up here, trying to go above this line. and then probably get rejected and come back all the way down. We might see that. So that's Dow Jones. So let's look at Bitcoin price. So as you probably know, there's a Bitcoin ETF. They're talking about like a Bitcoin ETF getting approved on 18th. There's few of them on one ETF on 18th, and then another 2 ETFs on 25th of October or so. So that could be why we've seen like higher Bitcoin prices so far. But right now, yeah, it's kind of like, maybe you can say this is like a bull flag. It might.
Carl, just a quick question before we go to Bitcoin or the Dow Jones.
Yeah.
How to get, what's the best exchange to deal in Dow Jones?
You mean to buy shares?
Yeah, index. Yeah, Dow Jones. Any recommendation? I haven't done that. That's why.
Oh, yeah. Like any international shares, you can do it through ComSec.
ComSec, huh? That's still the best way, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I normally do. You can open up like an international account, and then you can buy shares from other countries as well. If not, you can use eToro. eToro is, you don't need
the
to
best
worry
way.
so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
eToro you haven't seen any crypto product, right? For the Dow Jones yet, like FTX or any other.
There is in Binance, like Tesla and things like that.
The Dow Jones, is there a Binance too? Okay, I'll check it.
Some they have some stock tokens.
Some shares.
Yeah, some share tokens they have. Even on FTX, you have some share tokens as well.
Silver and Tesla and all that. I use FTX, but never seen Dow Jones. But I thought, but it's okay. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. No worries. And so let's have a look at Bitcoin price then. Yeah, so because of this ETF news, probably that's why we've seen, because this one actually surprised me, right? To be honest with you, I did not expect that this to happen. So I mean, I'm not always.
Would you be able to explain just quickly what is an ETF? I got few beginners here.
ETF?
Yes.
Yeah. See, this ETF. No, the normal way should be like you buy Bitcoins, right? A company buy like some amount of Bitcoins, and you tend to hold it, and then people can invest on your company as an ETF, right? But the problem with this ETF is they are not physically holding Bitcoin. That's why these ETFs are just news at the end of the day, because
what does ETF mean?
For ETF, exchange traded fund, right? That's what ETF means. We can just have a quick look at it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so this is what it is. So it's on Investopedia, exchange traded fund. So I must say I don't know everything. So anything that we don't know, we can just check over here. So I knew it's an exchange traded fund. It's type of a security that tracks an index sector, commodities, or other asset, but which can be purchased and sold on a stocks exchange the same way a regular stock can. So that's what the ETF is, right? So that's the
okay. So what basically they do is, because the Bitcoin is on the blockchain that are decentralized, they're bringing that product into the normal share market, and they call it exchange traded fund. Is that right? My understanding? Yeah.
Yes, that's right. But the problem is there are ETFs on paper, right? You can just hold paper Bitcoin, and you can say, oh, we have. So for example, when it comes to gold and silver, right? Let's say I have 5 gold bars, right? So let's say I have a company called, let's say the company name is Diversified Finance, and I'll tell you guys, I have a ETF, and I'm gonna tell you like I have like 100 gold bars. But even though I tell you I have 100 gold bars, I could be having only 5 gold bars or 10 gold bars. But given that I'm ETF, I can issue as much as shares I would like. for you to buy. So this is the problem with creating a real ETF that holds like real assets and paper assets. So most of the ETFs that we have, they might say, well, I could have like 10 gold bars, but I can issue more paper gold. So you actually at the end of the day buying paper gold, which is not back one-to-one compared to the physical holdings that I have. This is where the problem is. So this ETF that they're talking about, most of these ETFs are not backed by, might not be backed by real Bitcoin. They probably have, say, I mean, they can say we have like 100 Bitcoins. How do we know, right? They can just show something on a paper, but physically, unless they provide their address, right? This is our address. Here we have like 100 Bitcoin sitting in there, and we're going to issue this many shares for everyone, which is like, could be 100 Bitcoins. Like then people can buy it, like you can buy half of the shares likewise. So the problem with this one is it's not physically backed. If it's not physically backed, then we have the same issue that we had with gold and silver and all of these asset classes, which is they can pretend that they have so much physical gold and physical silver, but in real terms, they might not have much. So we still have this issue. It could be like for me, what I believe, this could be like a buy the rumor, sell the fact kind of a thing. They're just pushing this narrative saying, okay, we have an ETF. But until that day, which is like 18th or 25th, Bitcoin price might pump. And then later on, the whales the people who bought Bitcoin back in the day, or people who are holding a lot of Bitcoin, they might dump this on the market, and then they might take some profit and walk away. So this is the problem we have with ETFs. And I know it's like all over the place right now, but we have to wait and see how it pans out.
Lakal, I just have a question. What I can't understand is, so ETFs, especially this ETF that is meant to be rumored to be approved, is favored by Gary Gensler in the SEC. So his main objective is to protect investors. I can't really understand why Gary Gensler is supporting a futures Bitcoin ETF.
Yeah, see the problem with these people, man, we cannot, I mean, for me, I don't trust anyone, I just look at the chart, and that's why I said we have to wait and see. Like, see, having a Bitcoin ETF is a good thing for the price of Bitcoin. Like later on,
could I add something? What I find between an ETF and buying Bitcoin directly and holding in a, what do you call a Trezor wallet, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, if we got, the whole idea is that, as Laka said, we don't trust these guys, right?
Exactly.
They can seize this, right? Yeah. But if you hold one in the decentralized, still you are holding your asset in a government regulated thing, which means if they want, they can seize it and take it. So what I think, look, the ETF is going to push the Bitcoin price, because there are some people, they don't know how to go, like, the pension funds or everything. They want to protect their money within the legal system. Yeah. It's good for them, but for the young guys and something like us that we always don't trust the thing, I think it's the best way to hold the crypto in our cold wallet in that sense.
Yeah, you mean like instead of having it on exchange, right? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is, like, see, people can go buy ETF, what you're showing here, which is regulated under Gary Gensler and all that. Yeah. It is a good thing, but at the same time, it gives that risk. True. Like 1971, Richard Nixon banned all the gold.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he said, if you don't, give all the gold to the Federal Reserve, you're going to prison.
Yeah. If you hold it,
they can do that, right?
Yeah, they can. Absolutely, they can. You're right. So, see, that's a very good point, Sam. Because at the end, you would rather buy Bitcoin and transfer it to your Trezor wallet and hold it there, other than buying a ETF, right? Because you're not actually, that's not real Bitcoin. But the problem is, a lot of baby boomers, like, older generation, this is what they are kind of used to, these ETFs, right? Because it's been very, some like a favorite kind of asset class for them for years. So whenever they, Bitcoin it's like a very popular asset in the younger people, right? Probably people under 50 or 40 or likewise. But older people, they still don't believe in this. So I think when there's an ETF, we might see a lot of older people get into this asset class, and they probably buy ETF. But I mean, as you said, it's better to have a Bitcoin in your Tesla wallet rather than buying.
But Lakal, there's also another thing that we need to remember is that Bitcoin ETF story has been going on since I know. Like it's been since what 2016, 2017. It's been there forever. It hasn't been passed till now. So it can be a rumor as well. It may not even pass this time as well. It can be a buy the rumor, sell the fact, sort of news as well.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It could go the other way, right? I mean, that's the biggest worry. So let's say after 25th or 18th, if they come up and say, no, we're not going to allow you to have any Bitcoin ETF, then that might affect the price of Bitcoin. That we might see like, Bitcoin price probably go down, given that the ETF, because everybody's expecting it to be approved. Regardless, I think whether it's going to get approved or not, I think regardless after this hype, I think that's why we've seen Bitcoin just pumped from like 40 to 52 because of this ETF news. So I reckon regardless whether we're going to have an ETF, whether they're going to approve an ETF or not, we might see probably a correction regardless. So that's what normally happens. They buy the rumor, sell the fact.
But I think I agree with Sam on the matter that that the ETF would change the way of we look at Bitcoin, because it may attract more audience to the market itself, right? So that can be the case because there's more money coming from the fund management.
Yeah, you're right. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, the fund managers they don't have any other way to fund managers. By law, they have to, the only way they can go through this ETF.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Lakha, so what you are saying is there a possibility that the Bitcoin price could come down because of the ETF tension?
Yeah. See, normally what has happened, like everybody's buying right now because of this news, right? So what we've seen in the past, let's say there's some kind of event going to happen in the future in like a month or so, maybe like in 14 days. Until that day, we will see higher prices. If it's like a positive news, we will see higher prices. But this becomes like a very good opportunity for the whales, like for people who hold a lot of Bitcoin. When they see the price is going up towards that day, let's say after 14 days, on the 14th day, and the price is so high, they tend to dump, like, sell their Bitcoin, and then they take some money and get out, because that's, for them, it's like a profit-taking opportunity. So I'm thinking it could happen, like, this is everything we discuss here, like 50-50, and no one knows what will happen. So, but in the past, this is what has happened. But actually, this price action from 40 to 52 surprised me, because I was expecting Bitcoin to go a lot lower, even below 40K. Then I was thinking, like, why this is like keep on pumping. Then one of my friends just told me there's an ETF coming up. Actually, because I don't follow so much fundamental news, I just only go by the chart. So when I see something like this in the chart, then there's a bit of a question why it's going up, because I was expecting Bitcoin to go below 40 and drop below 40 and probably come to around like 20 to 25K. But looking at this, it might take some time. We have to wait and see what will happen.
Okay, so this is not a good time to buy. Just
absolutely. Wait. I mean, right now, I'm not going to get in right now, even for Bitcoin. I mean, okay, so the thing is, it's actually, I mean, I'll tell you why I say that. See, look at the RSI. So I normally go by the technical charts, right? I mean, look at the technicals before I buy and before I sell. Normally, when you see, this is called RSI. It's called Relative Strength Index. So we can see the strength at the moment right now. So it's somewhere near 70. So every time we see relative strength somewhere over here, it's kind of like high at the moment. So this is like a good time to sell and take some profit out. And if likewise, if it's like down here, somewhere here, this is like a good opportunity to buy. So let's quickly look at the price chart. See, when Bitcoin dropped to like 33 right here on the RSI, right? See, that's where Bitcoin dropped to around 39,000. Yeah. That would have been like a really good opportunity to buy. So this is like a really good, that's why I love charts, like, you know, it's like a really good indicator. Every time you see RSI drop to like 30 or below 30, that's like a good time to buy. Okay. And whenever you see it goes up right here, above 70, that's like a good time to sell right at the top. This is like a good time to sell. Means like not selling everything. You can sell a portion, right? Because we don't know what will happen tomorrow. You can sell maybe 30, 40% and take some profit out. That's like a one indicator. And there's also another indicator. I'll show this to you. Yeah, this is something very famous, right? Fear and greed. Yeah, so this is another indicator that I always use, fear and greed index. Every time we see greed at 70, 80, 90, that means it's a good time to sell. But if you see this is somewhere over here, like, you know, kind of like red, around like 20, 30. That's like there's a lot of fear in the market. So a lot of fear in the market means everybody's fearful. Nobody's expecting higher prices. That's like a very good time for us to get in. And it's like the other way around. So if the market says greed, that's when we feel like buying, right? But we have to do the exact opposite at that time. We just try to sell and get some money out. I mean, recently I've seen like 76. That's like extreme greed. That means there's a lot of greed in the market. Everybody's expecting like higher prices. So these two, we can use these two indicators when you buy and sell. So right now, it's not a good time to buy. For me, I'm not gonna buy right now. Okay. Yeah, no worries.
Can I please clarify something, Lakal, as well? Now, for a beginner who's starting from brand new to this crypto market, isn't it just by looking at them, people may think, you know, oh, look, the fear and greed index is down and the RSI is in the right format. So let's go get into the market. But market probably fluctuated like what, 20%, you know, or 10%, you know, not like 50, 60, 80% or down. Now, someone getting there may feel comfortable in knowing that it may go up and all these things. And all of a sudden, as you know, in 2017, 18, what has happened? It may go down and down and down. And then you feel like, oh, what has happened on that moment? So do you agree with that part as well?
Yeah, so that's the thing. So we, okay, so then we need to have a kind of an idea like of the overall market, right? So let's not forget, we are coming, actually last year in October, Bitcoin used to be around 10,000. So if you look over here, this is the chart. Let me just make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, so this is the Bitcoin chart. Okay, so see, last year in September, October, Bitcoin used to be around 11,000, 10,000, likewise. So let's not forget, that's why, so by looking at this area right here, we might not have a bit of an idea what's going on, but that's when we need to zoom out and have a look at the overall picture. So let's not forget Bitcoin just pumped from 10,000 all the way to 65. So that's like 600% up from September, October to April, right?
So what contributed for that?
So sorry, say it again.
What contributed for that spike? That
yeah. Okay, very good question. Because we are coming out from a 2.5-year bear market. So what happened here, if you look at the chart, in 2017 December, we hit 20K, right? And since then we kept on going down, kept on going down, dropped all the way to 30,000. 3,000, and went back up. We had like a local top within the bigger cycle top. We had like a local top which pumped to like 14,000. still below 20K, right? So still we are in a bear market, because we can call it a bull market when we see price goes up above like 20K, but it's still below 20K. And then it dropped back down, and this is the coronavirus dump. And then it went back down to like 3,800. So basically it was coming out from like a 2.5 year bear market. So all this time from here to here, all this, like it's like a bear market. So we coming out from a massive bear market, and people had so much time to buy into Bitcoin in this area, like 2.5 years. So normally what happens when we come out from like a massive bear market like that, so a lot of people bought at that time, and there's a lot of hype in the market, that will push the price up to 65. This is how Bitcoin works. So even before 2017, it's been the same thing. But right now, this correction we had, what most of the people are saying, this correction is not long. We didn't have a correction. They were expecting to have like a 3 to 6 months correction, but this has only been 3 months correction. So the question that I had, maybe we might need to see Bitcoin go down lower, maybe down to like maybe 25 or so, and consolidate again for like maybe 3 months before we see higher prices. That's what I was expecting. But that hasn't happened so far. So I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not going to be 100% right. But still, right now, if you ask me, I'm in 85% USDT, 15% Bitcoin, because I actually sold probably 30% in this area, because given that I've already gone through like a bull and a bear market, and last bull market I did not sell anything. So this is how I learned. And I was holding a lot of coins, like it went up to like some amount, and I did not sell because I was too greedy, and I did not know about like how to dollar cost average buy, dollar cost average sell. I did not know anything about this. So that's like really painful to hold like for 2.5 years, and you can see your portfolio keeps on going down, like, and you hold it. It's really painful. So when I saw Bitcoin at 60K, I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to go through it again. So it's not easy. And then you know, your wife tend to complain as well. She'll be like, why didn't you sell back then? You know, all these dramas. So anyways, I sold about like 30% right here, and then there was like a 50% correction, and then during this pump, maybe I sold a little bit early, but still it's okay. I just sold another 45% to 50, and now right now I'm in 85% USDT, expecting Bitcoin to come down, but who knows? I could be wrong. But if that's the case, for right now, like for me to be like really bullish about the market, for me to see this is like a really good time to get in, I want to see Bitcoin go above 65K, unless just like back in 2017, right? As I said, see, we've seen like a pump right here, like, you know, from 3,000 to 14,000 it pumped, but still we were in a bear market because it's below 20K, right? Below this level. So likewise here, for me to get really bullish about this market, I want to see Bitcoin go above 65K. Once I've seen it breaks at least 60K, it goes above like that, it's not too far away from me anyways. If I see Bitcoin goes up like that and then consolidate around 65K, then that will be like, for me, that will probably give me a little bit of more confidence to get in. Until then, I'm gonna wait and see, because this could be a fake out, right? Maybe Bitcoin is fooling with our mind. You know, it looks as if it's gonna go to like 100K and everybody's bullish. If you go on YouTube, everybody's saying Bitcoin is going to 100K, but who knows, it might turn around and come all the way back down. And given that we have issues with the economy, all this Evergrande contagion and all that, Dow Jones is kind of people are saying Dow Jones is kind of bearish, might go down. So when you go through all this, if Dow Jones comes down, it could drag Bitcoin down with it. So they have a lot of other issues, but Bitcoin is different. Like, I know sometimes it might, you know, do whatever it wants to do. So, but still for me to be really bullish, I want to see it go above 65K and hold 65K as support. And then that's when I have, then at that time, I need to agree, okay, yeah, bull market is not over, this might continue. Otherwise, for me right now, still, this could be like a cycle top.
Yeah. Okay, Lakal, because I remember last year, so this spike really happened last year, December, January. Yeah, that time, yes. Yeah. But I also noticed that Tesla, don't you think the big players like Tesla make a huge impact for this unhealthy spike? So this is where I'm very uncertain.
So you mean like institutional demand and all that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because like people like Tesla will come and say, "Hey, we are backing back Bitcoin," and then they could back off. So this is where I think, are we matured enough with the Bitcoin industry to really see the pattern of like our ordinary human psychology, how people operate, without having to have people like big people like Tesla and all. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. See, what you're saying is absolutely correct. Like we've seen a lot of, like in 2017, and even 2018, 19, we haven't seen anything like this. So a lot of Michael Saylor and a lot of Elon Musk. I know these people being getting into this market, but the thing is, let's not forget, we as Sam mentioned earlier, we cannot trust any of these guys, right? They can come and say anything, but we don't know that, right? They might already sold and got out. They just, like in this area, all the institutional CEOs, they're coming out and saying like, oh, I bought Bitcoin here, and then Elon Musk said he bought Bitcoin over here, and that pumped here. But you know, these people, I mean, it's hard to trust them because we haven't seen them, right? They can put a tweet and say, oh, I bought like 50 Bitcoins, but how can they prove to us, right? Maybe they bought everything back here, like for example, Dogecoin, right? These people, all the billionaires got, this is the story that they're saying, this could be wrong as well, but maybe, I mean, there's a 50% truth to this. What I heard, these billionaires got together and then they want to pump some kind of a coin. So they picked a Dogecoin and then they kept on pumping it. Man, the money that they make out of Dogecoin is crazy. Because I remember around this, probably last year in September, October, like one Dogecoin used to be around like 0.002. So from that, they pump it all the way to 74 cents. So I'm pretty sure they just made so much of money. So these people, it's hard to believe, right? That's why I always say, I don't rely too much on fundamental news. Yes, I go through them, but I always come back and check whether I can see it on the chart, because this is what I think. Elon Musk, he probably bought some here, and then maybe he sold majority of his Bitcoins over here, and then he made this correction, like he created this correction saying that, like on a Twitter, he put something and say, oh, we're not gonna accept Bitcoin as well. So maybe he just sold, and maybe he got back some over here, and maybe already he sold back over here. So that's why, like, I mean, it's okay to go through all the fundamental news. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you can go back and have a look at the chart, right, and then look at the sentiment, and if you see there's so much of greed, then we kind of have idea, okay, maybe they're pushing it too hard. We might need a correction before it goes up higher. Okay. So that's how I look at the market. Like mainly I look at the chart because it tells me a lot of things, right? As I showed to you, looking at RSI and all that, you can get an idea, okay, whether it's a good time to buy or good time to sell. Looking at this, you can have a bit of idea what's going on.
Since you mentioned, like, okay, we talked about technical analysis, which I can see you are very good and I learned a lot. Thank you. Yeah. And also you were saying something with the fundamental analysis, with the political scenarios and issues. And also you showed us the emotional, the market attitude. If we could put all these three layers and analyze together, would that give us much more better?
Absolutely, Sam. That's exactly what we got to do. I mean, chart, yes, like because sometimes it doesn't matter. Let's say we cannot rely too much on charts as well, right? Because if the US government come out and say like tomorrow, okay, from now onwards, we're not going to use US dollar anymore. Our national currency is Bitcoin. You know what will happen to Bitcoin, right? And that's not in the chart. That's totally fundamental news. That's what I said. I do understand that we can get more idea of what's happening looking at the charts, but it doesn't mean I can totally stay away from fundamental news. So as you said, it's a very good point. Like that's what we gotta do. We should look at the fundamental news and look at the chart and look at the emotional side, add them all that together, and then we have like a much better idea. Okay, what's really going on? So we don't need to just follow the crowd and just buy, everyone's buying, or sell when everyone is selling, and we can do the complete opposite. That's a very good point. Thank you for that. That's exactly what we got to do. Okay, so do we need to have a look at the altcoins, Ethereum or any other coins, or any other? Okay, any other questions?
If you got a hint, it's got something going to go 100x. Tell me, man.
See,
or anyone else.
I mean, any other coin that you look at, right? It depends on what Bitcoin does. So right now, I'm closely watching the Bitcoin price. Maybe Ethereum, but I'm not worried about the other coins at the moment, because if Bitcoin drops, the party, all coins party is over. You're not going to see all coins just pumping like 10, 30, 40%, 50% likewise.
Hey, Lakal, have you seen the CoinGecko? They show all the charts in one format. Like, have you seen that site? Like,
well, I have it on my phone as an app, but
so it shows
normally. Yeah, I'll have a look at it. Yeah, okay.
Look, all right, okay. Because what you're saying is it's still very highly correlated to the Bitcoin movement.
Yeah, every other, see, the Bitcoin is the gold market, so everything happens. Everybody follows what Bitcoin does. So, for example, if you look at the Cardano price, for example, right? From when Bitcoin went up from, sorry.
No, go on. But I was going to ask one question, maybe while you answering.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So when the prices are coming down, what is the best thing to unload? Shall we turn back to the USDT or gold, or how, like the? Yeah. Apart from, yeah, go on. Sorry.
Yeah. So normally, what I do, I go back into USDT, and then if I see, like, say, for example, if this drops below to, like, say, if it turns back and drops below 20K and 15K, and if we go into like a prolonged bear market, then I have the chance to convert USDT to AUD and then buy gold and silver likewise. But every time when you make money out of the market, it's very important to diversify. So I'll add this under topic 6. So whenever you make money out of Bitcoin, when Bitcoin goes up here, you make money. It's not a bad idea to take some profit out and then diversify among other asset classes. You can buy some physical gold, physical silver, and you can probably go to the share market and see whether you have like good opportunities over there to invest. So basically, you just using the market to make money for you, right? Make money for you. So simply just by taking profits. So that's not a bad idea, but let's not forget, we're never going to get this kind of returns from any other asset class, right? Gold, silver shares, you're not going to get this kind of returns from any other asset class. So most likely, I would like to get back into Bitcoin. If we see like a short term, all I'm expecting is like a short term downtrend, which we see Bitcoin drops to like 30K or below 30K for like maybe 2 to 3 months, no more than that. And then if that happens, it will be really healthy for the Bitcoin price as well, because that will help to flush out all the excess money and then all this over bullishness, like everybody's bullish. And then if you see, have a look at the volume down here. The volume is, we haven't seen much volume down below here either. So this is not a this is an indicator that if let's say someone with like 1,000 or 10 or 5,000 Bitcoin, if they come and dumps, like start to sell Bitcoin right now, given that we don't have much volume, see, you can see volume has been going down like that. See, volume is down. So when we see low volume, right? If someone who has a lot of Bitcoin, if he sell like 1,000 Bitcoins, the price will drop like so quick because there's less volume. And as you can see, like compared to this area where we see in Bitcoin from going from 10,000 to 60K, we have seen like a much bigger volume right here compared to what we see right now. That's why I'm saying we need more time to see more volume, more people can get in. Have a look at this area. You can see volume is higher than this area right here. So when you see this, like these are the questions I have. Like that's why I don't believe this is like this could be a fake rally, right? That's just like faking us, right? And then everybody gets in, and then bang, like we see like a 50% correction, and then that's not going to be good. So going back to your question, yes, when you take profit, it's very good to take money out and diversify among other asset classes. For example, gold and silver shares, and likewise. So it's like just to mitigate risk, right? So you're not going to put everything on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes down by 50%, you lose 50% of your initial income, initial investment. But if you have other asset classes, even though Bitcoin goes down, your shares might go up in value. The gold, silver might go up in value. So if you make like a loss in Bitcoin, you can cover it up from the other asset classes. Just like it's like a hedge against this asset class to have few asset classes. It's part of like.
We have a question about Ripple. Any Ripple? What's going to happen to Ripple? Any ideas? Any Ripple?
Yeah,
fans?
I'm about to ask that question.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know anything about Ripple. Yeah.
About the court case and the other things. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me have a quick look. Because you guys at the group being like very positive, right? So much bullishness in the group. So last night I thought, okay, what the hell? I better join the party, and I just bought some not XRP. I just bought up like some leverage tokens on XRP, and since then I've seen it's kind of like there's a small pump, but let me look at the RSI.
You use the word leverage token. Maybe we can. You can tell us different day. I think it's too late, but we'll leave it for some day. That's a good one. We'll mark it down. Leverage tokens. Who is Satoshi? These are good ones.
Yeah.
I guess the XRP all depends on the SEC movement.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen is basically it can drag from this year to next year. So if we get a good news with the Bitcoin going up, then yes, XRP hasn't been performing. As you all know, XRP, if you check the last hike in 2017, it went to close to what, like $4, $3?
$4, yeah.
$4, yeah.
$4.
Yeah.
So it hasn't even outperformed its best price. So what we're looking at is probably, can go up more than that, if we get a good news from there.
Yeah.
I think there's a pre-hearing in December in the courts.
Yeah. So I think this SEC case like totally killed Bitcoin price action, right? I mean, sorry, XRP price action, unless we would have seen maybe like $6 to $7 like this time, because there was a massive pump. Like if you if you compare to Solana and Cardano, you've seen like some crazy prices, right? Even before the Bitcoin, when Bitcoin went up to like 60K, we've seen other coins like Matic, we've seen like 50x, 100x, but we haven't seen it because of the SEC issue. So unfortunately, I was holding a lot of XRP, but unfortunately, I was looking at it's not doing much. But when it dropped to like 17 cents or so, I actually had some at that time because I think it was right here. Yeah, around here, 17 cents. Actually around this area, not exactly 70, I think around like probably somewhere on this area I had some. And that's when like people was fearful, everybody was selling, or this is like Bitcoin, XRP is going to zero, and that's like a perfect time to get in. Like as I said, like there's a lot of fear, that's when you get in, right? So I got some, and then I was holding a fair amount, but then it's not doing much. So, and unfortunately, if Bitcoin comes down right now, then we might see a lot lower prices for XRP as well. It all depends on what Bitcoin does. So
and I guess the other thing is, I think they got really good lawyers and they're spending a lot of money. They're not even saying that they're not gonna settle as well. They wanna basically win the case. So that gives some indication basically.
Yeah, that's right. So this is like, see, this Ripple has a lot of potential, right? But I don't want to put so much money right now, and then Bitcoin drops. I have to hold it like for a long time, maybe like, I don't know how long you have to hold it, like for a year or so. And then there's like an opportunity cost, right? I would have invested that money somewhere else and like, you know, probably got like a better profit instead of having it right here. So that's why I said I'm not looking at altcoins right now at the moment. But I recently bought some leverage tokens. But I must say leverage tokens are very risky, right? So if Ripple goes up like 10%, you'll see leverage tokens will probably go up by 30%, right? So you make more money, but you don't have to have so much money put in, because you can put like, say, $1,000 and you can probably get out maybe 5K if it goes your way. But having said that, if it goes the other way, right? If you buy like a leverage token, which is like, say, for example, XRP up, right? That means you're expecting XRP price to go up and you buy that token. The good thing is it's not like, it's not similar to leverage trading, because leverage trading, if it goes the other way, you'll get liquidated, you're not going to get your money back. But leverage token, even if it goes down, you can still hold it. That's the good thing about leverage tokens. But let me tell you, like, you know, this is very risky, right? And you buy some leverage tokens, and if XRP goes 10%, that's okay. You might make 30% from leverage token at the same time. But if it goes the other way, it'll drop by 50%, 40%. So that's why it's risky, but still you can hold it for some time. There's no problem. But leverage trading, I do not recommend for anyone. I lost so much of money. Even recently, I lost money trying to trade. Like, you need to have a lot of experience. I think I know a little bit about charts, but it's not even enough sometimes, especially right now.
Can I add something, if you're new, guys, if you're new to this market and you want to experience something, do not get into leverage tokens or leverage trading. It's very simple. Very simple.
If you want to start with Bitcoin, leverage is not the place to start, right? Then you'll lose money, and then you'll probably start hating the market, and you will never get in. Best place to start, let's say you are like a newcomer right now, you can still buy some Bitcoin and have a long-term perspective, right? You can buy Bitcoin. I know the price is high right now, but if you have a long-term perspective, then you can buy some Bitcoin and hold it for long-term. It's not that, let's say you want to invest 10,000. It's not that you're going to put 10,000 right now and buy Bitcoin, like, you know, with that 10,000. You can take maybe 500 out of that. So you still have 9,500 for yourself. You can buy 500 worth of Bitcoin to see what happens, right? And you buy it. So this is like dollar cost average. So, and then you see Bitcoin drops to like 50K, and you can maybe add another 500. And then it drops to say 40K. Right, 55, 40K, then you add another 1,000, and then it drops to 35K, you add another 2,000, 30K, 3,000. So lower it goes, there'll be the less risk is less, right? So if you see less risk, that's when you can buy more Bitcoin, put more money into it. So this is what I'm explaining. So dollar cost average, you buy some amount, like, you know, maybe $500 worth of Bitcoin around 55. Another 1,000 around 50, 2,000 around 45, 40K 3,000, 35K 4,000, 20K even more. You can put even 10,000, and if it drops to like 15K, man, I'm just gonna put more money into it, because at that time, you know, the market is fearful. Relative index probably dropped to like 20, right? So then you know, okay, this is a good time to buy, because everybody's fearful. Everybody start hating Bitcoin. Everybody's selling, and that's a good time to buy. So on the way down, you just add more weight and keep accumulating for long term, and you hold it for some time. Same thing on the way up. When Bitcoin is at, say, 20K, you just sell 5% and take some profit out. And maybe a week later, it goes up to like 30K. You sell probably 30% and take some money out. And it drops. If you want, you can accumulate, or you just not gonna do much. And if it goes to like 45, another 20% you sell. Goes to 50, you not sell another 20-30%. So higher it goes, you sell more, because higher it goes, the risk is higher. You keep on selling more at the top along the way up. And if you see, anytime if you see like a parabolic top, like if Bitcoin goes up like that all the way to like to the moon, right, as they say, that's when you know, okay, this is a good time to get in. And plus, if you see everybody start talking about Bitcoin, like your neighbors, like, you know, saying, or if you can hear your neighbors kind of like, you know, talk like an expert about Bitcoin, and you can see everyone else talking about Bitcoin, and if you see they're talking about Bitcoin on TV, that's when you sell. You know, there's a lot of hype. That's when a good time to sell. So
what is this blue line, Laka? The
okay,
blue line?
Yeah, blue line is, Sam, this is 200-day moving average. So, okay.
200-day moving average, past 200 days.
Yes,
past
yes. Yeah.
You like that indicator?
Yes, yes. See, okay. So then there's another story regards to that. So as you can see here, Bitcoin went up to 20K right here. So I'm just specifically talking about the 200-day moving average, which is the blue line right here. This is like a really good indicator that to find out whether we are in a bull market or a bear market. So as you can see here, Bitcoin price, it was over 200-day moving average along the way, like the whole 2017. See, it just broke out from here towards the upside, and then the whole time, the whole year, it was about 200-day moving average, until it just went way above, like, you know, and hit 20K, and then it dropped below once, went back up, and then went back down, and then see it. Then it
very similar right there. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So
and along the way, it's showing, you know, it's coming there.
Yeah. So as soon as it dropped below, and then it dropped below and it stays there for some time, it tries to go back, and then this blue line becomes resistance. It's trying to go back up, can't. It comes back down. Trying to go back up for the second time, drops. Third time, drops. And it drops like way too much. And then fourth time, it just break above, and then that's when we saw like a local top from 4,000, but 4,000 to like 14K, and then again, and then again it dropped, went back up, dropped back again, went back above, dropped back again for the third time. So it simply went down here, one, and then again here, two.
This is good. I like this 200 days.
This is a very good tool actually, but I didn't want to go through this too much technical information, right? I don't know if you might like it. So maybe
I used one of the other indicators called Ichimoku cloud. I don't know whether you
that's a good one as well. Yeah, that's a good one as well.
And can you quickly put that maybe our indicators quickly? Ichimoku cloud, FX indicator.
Yeah, actually, Sam, Ichimoku I normally don't
use it. Okay.
No, so I don't know actually. I need to look into it. Maybe if you know, you can maybe next week you can.
No, I don't know. I've seen a video.
Oh yeah, Ichimoku is a good one, because I said it's a good one. I've seen a lot of traders talking about it, but like, you know, if you are familiar with like 3 to 4 indicators, that would be enough to understand what's going on. So what I was trying.
So what do you recommend? So the blue one, and any other favorites?
Yeah, this one, and then there's 21-week moving average. This is like, this is even better than 200-day moving average. Okay, I'll explain that to you. Let me just finish this one quickly. So as you can see here, like so from 20K dropped to 3,000, went up back up to 14, dropped down, and it dropped below 200-day moving average 3 times. So drop here. And drop back again to third time it dropped, fourth time it went up, right? So if let's look at what's happening right now. See here, we've seen it drop below 200-day moving average once, right? Only once, and then went back up, back up, drop back again for the third time, sorry, for the second time, right? So if you compare to this cycle right here, right? Maybe we are somewhere over here. That's what I believe. I mean, I could be wrong, but maybe we are right here right now. Maybe I can change the color. Just change the color to red. Okay, see, we could be right here. That's why I'm saying it could be like a fake out. I mean, still, I could be wrong, right? I could be 100% wrong, but I'm just guessing, right? So as you can see here, when drop below 1, 2, third time, that's when fourth time we went back up. So right now it dropped below twice, 1, 2, right? So maybe we might see another drop, a bigger drop, right? You know, down to, I don't know, 30K, 40K, whatever. And it goes below this line. And then fourth time we might see just it breaks above like over here, and then we might see higher prices, maybe 100K, 150 or whatever the numbers that they say. So there are few things like, you know, I'm not too sure whether this is like a real rally. This could be like a dead cat bounce or something like a fake out. So that's that. So still, I mean, still, what I'm saying, I'm not saying it's gonna drop to like 20K tomorrow. I mean, still it could go back above. Right now it's at 57. The only issue is when we add this high 55 right now. So when we add these higher prices, most of the whales like who hold lot of bitcoins, it's like a really good opportunity for them to sell and take profit and get out. Because let's not forget, the people who are selling right here, they probably bought Bitcoin around like 3,000, 4,000 also. So they've been holding it's like still say from 4,000 all the way to like 65K. They are massively in profit, right? So they would love to drop right here, dump or everything, like sell most of their Bitcoins. And if that happens, we might see a downturn, right? So this is what I'm saying. But this is what I believe. I could be wrong.
Question, I have a question. I'm very new to the industry. So let's say, for example, let's say I bought Bitcoin when it was $34,000. Yeah. And then my fear was this, okay, it was going up and up. So when do people really lose money? Because my understanding is this: if the Bitcoin price goes below 34,000, then I would have lost all my money. Am I correct? I really don't get the concept. How it really works.
See, still, even if it goes to like 20K, you still not gonna lose money unless you sell it, right? But I mean, you can hold it, right? So, I mean, I bought, say, I bought Bitcoin somewhere like 14,000, 12,000, like back in the old days, right? Probably in 2019. And then this, I think I bought some around this area because, I mean, it's really like, you know, no one knows what will happen. Nobody expected to see like a massive crash like this, like, you know, the COVID crash. And it went down, right? But I was still holding it. I just bought it at like 10,000. And then right at this moment, like on this day, like 10th of March, if I look at my portfolio, I just want to shoot myself, right? I know, but it's hard. But unless you sell it, you're not gonna incur any losses. You just hold it because you probably. I mean, I invest here as an investor. I'm not like day trading, buying and selling or anything like that. Mostly I'm focused on as an investor. So
when I bought it, it was 34,000. So when I'm selling it, it is 20,000. So don't you think I'm losing money? Where is the value?
Yeah, as I said, if you sell at 20K, then you lose money, right? You don't need to sell. You can hold it. You can hold it, and at 20K you can buy more. And then if you buy more, you can bring down your dollar cost average price. So let's say
can I interject?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I bought in Bitcoin when Bitcoin was 5,000, right? This is my disclaimer, right? Now I have seen Bitcoin going to 20,000 and going back to 5,000 again and going back all the way. Now, if I were to hold throughout that period, should I be beneficial not to sell it, hold it for a long period of time if it falls? If it goes up, beauty. We love it, we sell it, we make money, right? If it goes down, you hold. We hold until it goes up. That's where the patience strikes. That's where your mindset comes up. That's where the peer pressure comes up and say, and your spouse or someone would come up and say, you have to sell now. We lost our money. No, we haven't lost our money until the next bull cycle comes up. We need to check the cycle. Everything is a cycle. Property, gold, silver, shares, everything is a cycle. You can see it goes up, it goes down. You wait for the cycle, you look at it. Doesn't matter where you start, it will go up. Now we talk about XRP, we know it didn't go up, but someday it will go up. It's a matter of time.
Yeah, absolutely. And adding to what you said, and as an answer, like solution for the question you asked. Sorry, what was your name?
Sita.
Sita, Sita. So let's say you bought Bitcoin at 34 and it drops to like 20K, right? So your mind would, at that moment, you feel like, I want to sell, right? But right at that moment, what you should do the exact opposite, and you can accumulate more Bitcoin at 20K instead of selling. And if you do that, I know it's really hard to do that because you feel like, oh my God, I'm losing so much of money. That's how you feel. But if you have like a contrarian view, right? When everybody's selling, okay, this is not forever. In few days time, it'll pick up and go back up. So if you buy one Bitcoin at 34,000, and if it drops to like 20K, and if you buy another Bitcoin at that price, you just simply dollar cost averaging your price, right? So 34 plus 20, what's that? 54 divided by 2, it becomes like 24. So your average price, you have dropped your average price down to like 27. So next time when Bitcoin goes up to 27, you break even. You don't have to wait until it goes all the way up to 34. And if you buy 2 Bitcoins at 20K, then your average price will come even lower, maybe down to like 25 or 24. And then from 20K, you need to only hold it until it goes to like 25 for you to make money. So that's why when you see, if you have a long-term perspective, right, I'm pretty sure that's what you're doing. If you're not trading, you buy Bitcoin at 34K. If it drops, you can keep on accumulating, because this tech, I believe, like say 90% chance, this might not go away for a long time. For another five years, even in 5 years, this will still be there. That's what I believe. So that's where we can dollar cost average. If you sell at that time, yes, then you incur a loss, and then you can probably deduct on your tax or salary or whatever, or like a capital loss.
The other thing I like to add to that, Lakals and Callum, why we should hold it, because it's only 21 million. Right.
Yeah, true.
That's it. It's like this is the beauty of it, right? Yeah. Even the gold, they produce 2 or 3% every month or year, something like that.
Yeah. True. Right? You're correct. Yes. I mean, I'll tell you like a small story, right? I mean, when I first bought Bitcoin, I think in 2017, early 2017, it was around like probably $1,000 or so, $1,200 or $1,000 AUD. So maybe like $1,000. I still remember buying it at maybe 2,500. I think somewhere over here, right? It went up to like 2,500. Then it dropped to 1,700. And on that day, that was such a worry for me. Oh my God, why did I buy at 25,000? I could have waited. That's what was going through my mind. But right now, man, who cares, right? It just gone up to like 55,000. So this is, as Sam said, like, you just buy and hold. I mean, if Bitcoin, like in 2 years time, if it goes to like 100K, you're not going to worry about buying Bitcoin at 34,000. You are in profit, right? You probably double your money or triple your money. So
and I remember you asking me to buy it in 3,000, and I said I'm not sure about it. That came back to 5,000.
Yeah, that's right.
This is applied not only to Bitcoin. I mean, because if it is a rare property, rare car, rare wine, unique watches, these are inflated because you cannot make more. And having Bitcoin as a digital asset, you are buying a space in cyber, right? Out of 21 million, it's fixed.
It's fixed. Like it's deflationary. Simply, it's completely the complete opposite of what this central banks are doing right now. They can print like unlimited amount of AUD, right? But nobody can print like Bitcoin, right? It's a fixed amount.
Correct.
Only deflation. That's why price is going up. Yeah, go on.
What I'm trying to add is, Lakal, with all these unlimited money printing, it goes to the richer, what we call the 1%. And what they're doing is they're buying the penthouses, the unique properties, Bondi, you know what we're talking.
Exactly.
There are some houses, $8 million, and they're not even living there. Right? There's an island, right? Minimum 8 million, right? They're not even living there, right? Exactly. So this uniqueness, for the first time, this digital coin has created, like even for the poor people can buy $100 piece of that. Because we can't buy that piece, that unique thing. That's a good thing about it, and and no one can steal it. Or seize it. If it is a property, right? You are bound to pay the property tax. Right. And if you can't move that property anyway.
True.
But what I'm not saying you should put all your money. I'm just trying to give this bit of a different view on Bitcoin. It's like we buying a virtual space.
Yeah, exactly. And then say for so let's say, for example, you want to take let's say in Sri Lanka they're going to approve Bitcoin, and then you can buy like Bitcoin from exchange, and you can exchange your rupees to Bitcoin, right? Let's say in the future, it looks like it's heading there, right? So let's say you want to take 100,000, you want to send 100,000 to you want to take 100,000 to Sri Lanka, right? You just take your Trezor wallet and you just walk through the airport, right? No one knows that you're carrying 100,000 worth of Bitcoins in your Trezor wallet. No one knows.
Oh, it's much easier. You don't even have to carry the Trezor wallet. You can carry a number in your head.
Yeah, true.
Right? And you can give that number to your son. Right? Or they can give their number to later 100 years. You can pass your property and everything to your future generations. We never had an asset like this.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. And see, every asset class has their own positives and negatives, right? So when you look at Bitcoin, this is the beauty of Bitcoin. Like gold and silver, like you cannot carry like so much of gold bars through the airport, and it's like metal, right? So they'll be like, why are you taking this? Like, show us your receipt. You have to go through all this hassle. But you can take like 10 Bitcoins on a Trezor wallet, and no one knows. So when you look at Bitcoin, as I said earlier, every asset class is unique that's why we diversify among few asset classes, right? So if something goes wrong, we can forget about Bitcoin, but we have shares, gold and silver likewise. So
there's a quick question. One guy asking 21 million can split. Can you?
Yes, Satoshi. That's Satoshi's. Yes, you can.
Can you explain that a bit, Callum? 21, what's that? What's the Satoshi means?
So I think where's Laka?
Laka, yes, God. Yeah. That's a question.
One Satoshi is 0.070 So I think they, whoever created this Bitcoin, we don't know, right? So they had a bit of idea, like in the future, let's say one Bitcoin goes to like, $1 million or so, hypothetically, right? If that happens, when you go to the shop to buy something, it's going to be a problem, right? So it's divisible. So they just put like 0.7 zeros and a 1, they call Satoshi. So you can break it into small pieces. Like, for example, we have a $100 note, $50 note, 20, 10, and then we have coins like $2 coin, $1 coin, 50 cents, likewise, right? So that's why they probably came up with this Satoshi. So maybe in the future, if you are really lucky, like you can go to like supermarket and then buy like a loaf of bread for like 2 Satoshis, right? So everything will be around the world, like all over the world. They say, let's say country's going to accept Bitcoin as the world reserve currency. If we are really lucky, right? If that happens, then we can go to any country, just pay like 10 Satoshis for like a loaf of bread, maybe 100 Satoshi for a holiday in Thailand or Bangkok or whatever. So that's why
already happening big time in El Salvador already.
So we are kind of heading there. but these things are long term, right? So it might not reflect right away when you look at the price action, but eventually it looks like it's getting there, which is a good thing, right? We just need another 5 to 10 countries just get together and say, okay, we're going to accept Bitcoin as well. Man, it'll be perfect. So we can go to any other countries and just use our crypto card or something and buy things. So like
I need to clarify something here. I totally agree with Lakal saying that, you can take it from your Trezor or Ledger's Nano wallet to another country. But guys, please remember that whatever you purchase is basically logged in an exchange, right? So basically the exchange, they do have records
Ledger,
on
right?
what you have purchased and everything.
On
so
the ledger,
in the purpose of money laundering issues and everything, they have to provide this to the current local government, which it can be Sri Lanka, it can be India, it can be anywhere in the world, right? So you have to declare, obviously, right? So that's something that we need to understand as well. Yes, it's very convenient to take and everything, but unlike, I remember those days when we bought Bitcoin, sometimes there is no tracking system. I mean, I don't think there was a taxation system for Bitcoin those days. There was a lot of issues in regards to Bitcoin, but these days it's very much regulated, and there's KYCs and everything covered surrounding that, because they need their tax,
Can I ask a related question? I think that's been a bug burner for me. I mean, you guys seem to be experts. I mean, like people like Gary Gensler. I know time's up, but maybe very quickly. I mean, talking about regulating crypto, and Joe Biden has said something yesterday. So, I mean, what I'm not clear is, so, I mean, I think regulation is good, but what are your thoughts around, I mean, you said, to move money, you need exchange, and it can go to everybody. Yes, it's decentralized, but where do you think, would it be better for us to be more bullish when things are regulated, or what are your thoughts on that in terms of adoption? And
my personal view is that if it's more regulated, that's good. That means we are dealing with a legal substance rather than taking about an illegal. Now, for example, 2017-18, I think I would agree on this, and everyone, I think Sam as well. What we had, the issue was, it's not properly regulated. So people used to say this is dark web stuff, people doing all drug stuff and all these things. Now you see basically institutes, banks coming in, regulations happening, government tax policies are there. If you take ATO, there are specific tax policies, which is in a way good. ETFs, yeah. So
no, that's
a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think the issue, I mean, and I'm I really understand the Bitcoin side of things, but what I can't understand is the altcoin side of things, like DeFi. I mean, banks and SEC is not going to give in DeFi just like that. So how would you see that happening?
Okay.
Shall I add something?
Okay, go for it, sir.
Yeah. Like, okay, now Gary Gensler, right, to be the SEC chairman, the guy who understands the blockchains, who is a MIT lecturer, right? If you haven't seen, like, he put like 30 videos on blockchain, how it works, and right, and also like he's the regulating the industry is the best thing. Now you asked specifically for the DeFi market. Okay, so the DeFi market is, think of this as the new finance company coming in this environment, right? So of course he's going to look at it really, they're going to grill it really thing, and I like it because that's their job. They are the regulated. They should make sure our money is safe. So the people have the option, either you go ETF, or if you don't trust it, you can go decentralized and buy through the Uniswap too. But at the end of the day, with having Gary Gensler as the SEC chairman and regulating the industry, I believe it's a good thing.
Yeah, and let me add something as well. Sorry, is it Kulasiri asked the question, or?
Ishanta,
yeah. So Ishanta, so your main concern is, should I wait until it's get regulated before I invest in DeFi coins? Is that your question?
Yes, I mean, more broadly, yes.
Yeah. See, yes, you have a point, right? I mean, of course, like anything we do here, like, I mean, sitting down here talking to you guys, there's a risk right here, right? I mean, this there's like few levels above. It might, if there's like some kind of a crack, it might collapse on my head, I might die. So anything we do, there'll be a bit of risk involved. But my point is, if you think you say like you're gonna invest some kind of money, let's say you plan to invest 10,000, right? And if you feel like it's too risky, maybe you no need to invest all that money. Maybe you can invest, say for example, Link, Uniswap, and what are the other coins? So this is like DeFi coins, right? Say you want to buy these coins, right? If you feel like it's risky because it's not regulated, you don't need to put so much money in it. But let's not forget, right? There'll be so much gains. Like, you know, if I wait until they regulate all this, we might miss the boat. This is my question. This is my worry.
That's a good point, because what
yeah.
I say, like before they come into even the exchange, right?
Yeah.
If you want to make 100x gain,
yeah,
I think we need to find these little gems even before it comes to the exchange. The way to find these gems is hard, but if we put together, you know, all these analysis, fundamentals, expertise, I mean, this is a good initiative, Lakal, you know, you're creating, you know, we might be in a better position in future to find these little gems.
Can I add something here? So there's two parts of it I want to mention here. Number one is that we have seen Ethereum, Swiss bank accepting Ethereum, right? So this is a banking institute saying, yeah, I would like to, you know, give you Ethereum for this percentage. You can keep your Ethereum here with me, right? So that's number one, right? So what I would see is if there's a thing called, you know, like if you can't beat them, join them. It can happen many times and it will happen. Number two is that last time when we were in this crypto market in the bull run, there was no such a thing called DeFi. So next time it can be CFI or XFI or whatever they want to call it, right?
Yeah.
So I think that we're better off hanging on to those major players, right? Hanging into those ones that we can actually comfortably say, okay, if it goes to a downturn into a bear market, can we trust those DeFi companies? That can we make sure that they'll stay in the next, you know, the top 100? We have seen top 100 going to 200, 300, which we haven't even seen this thing happening in the last bull run. So I think it's a best bet to keep on those major players like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, sort of, you know, major players who's been there, and then we can trust them. I mean, you can make instant gains, but instant gains can happen probably from a bull market, a bear market to bull market. And that would be a great strategy rather than jumping in now. And who knows, we may burn, we may win, you know, who knows?
Yeah. So
Shibu is something like that, right? Shibu, I saw you guys were talking.
Yeah, they recently add Shiba Inu to what's this, Coinbase. That's why we've seen like a pump. But I was looking at it and I forgot to put an order. Would have been like a really good quick trade, right? It just went from 900 Satoshis or something to like 3,500 or whatever. And okay, going back to, we'll discuss about, we'll have a look at the Shiba chart soon, Sam. Going back to Ishanta's question, right? Yes, like so, and adding to what I said earlier, like even at buying Bitcoin at like 5,000, 10,000, there was so much risk, right? It's not regulated. People say it's a scam. People say this is only like criminals use Bitcoin. We have all these problems, right? But we cannot forget the fact that it just went from 1,000 to 65K. So if you're really worried, if you're concerned, say putting 10K, maybe you can put like less money on even DeFi coins, right? And then say put like maybe instead of 10,000, you can put like maybe $2,000 and see what happens if you're worried. But let's not forget that there's a great opportunity right now, specifically Bitcoin. Even if it goes up from here, even if it drops back down, there'll be like a great opportunity where you can double your money and then maybe get like 4 times, 5 times out of your money if you're in this market, regardless of the regulation. So I'm not worried about something like that at the moment. But yeah, so just as I said earlier, we just invest some money. You double your money, triple your money. So let's not let's not be like too greedy. If you see profit, you take some out, and then you are done, right? You just take the money that you put in and some profit out, and you can leave some there just to see what happens. So as long as that's how I treat any kind of asset class. I try not to get married to any of the asset class. It's not that like I have so much passion to hold Bitcoin or nothing like that. I'm simply here to make money, right? I think you guys are there for the same reason. So if that's the case, let's not forget you have like a really good opportunity. Specifically, these DeFi coins can go up like in a massive way, especially Link, Uniswap, 1inch. There was another coin I just Uniswap. Yeah, I just forgot that DeFi coin. And again, DeFi is a really good thing. Like if you know the crypto.com, right? I have that. I just share this link on the group. You can download this app, and you get like a credit card, Visa credit card, something like this. So this is my crypto.com card, and here you can download the app, and they pay you like 12% for stable coins. So for example, USDC or USDT or the DAI, you can send these. Say you have, let's say you have $10,000, right? And if you, because if you put that in the bank, man, you're not going to get much, right? You can just convert this to USDT, send it to this app, and they'll pay you like 12% per annum, which is really good, right? And if that's the case, you have to lock it like for 3 months. Otherwise, you can get like 8 to 10% a year, but you're not going to get that out of these banks. So DeFi is a good thing. Yes, there's a risk. Like, I mean, there's a tendency, like, you know, I mean, we believe banks are more safer than DeFi. It's something new, but it's been there for, you can buy their coins called crypto.com. I've been doing this for the past couple of years or so and earning interest on, when I take profits, that's what I do. Just portion of it, I just put it there. So at least I get some pocket money to, you know, to spend on things, you know, spend on your wife, you know, something like that in case. So, that's that. And then there's another question here from Kulasiri. If you exchange Bitcoin to go on a holiday, the market crashes. Yeah. So yeah, he has a point. So he's saying if you buy Bitcoin and then on your way, like say to like Bangkok or Thailand or whatever for a holiday, if Bitcoin price crashes like 50%, yes, you lose a lot of money. That's why you're not gonna use, you can just have USDT. That's why we have stable currencies. So you make a little bit of money profit, and when you take it out, you hold it as a stable currency. So this stable currency is pegged to $1 US. So we're not going to see 50% correction if you hold in USDT. So if that's the case, you convert into USDT, you go on holiday, and at the reception, you can quickly convert USD to Bitcoin and pay from Bitcoin. So you're not going to have that issue if that's the case. And there's another question. Hence, maybe okay, investment much, but not as a mode of exchange, short-term purposes. Yeah, that's right. Given that there's so much fluctuation at the moment, yes, like, you know, if say, let's say you bought like 0.1 worth of Bitcoin, which is like, you know, 5,500 right now. And if you just go to the shops to buy like a TV or something, which is like 5,500, if the market crash on that day 50%, yes, you just have now your 5,500 drop to like 2,250, something like that. So that's why we use stable currency. So in the future, they might, instead of like paying Bitcoin, they might allow us to pay in stable coins as well. If that's the case, then there's not going to be a problem. But having said that,
what I see, Lakal, in the future, is, I think the Bitcoins we should not use to pay for the Coca-Cola and all that. It's like a check and savings account. Right? We should be saving Bitcoins and have a separate wallet for, like, you just said it, you know, like, you know, the US dollar or currency, and to use that.
Yeah. And
that's my opinion.
You're right. You're right. Absolutely. I agree. And one thing, these 50% corrections, right, we might not see it in the future if we see higher Bitcoin price, because right now the people who bought Bitcoin at, say, around like $100, they're probably holding a lot of Bitcoins. But once the price goes up to like 100,000 to 300,000, or even like a $500,000 or beyond that, maybe in 10 years, like, or so, if you see like $1 million, $1 million for like one Bitcoin, if we see higher prices, right, then it'll be harder for them to dump so much money and then crash Bitcoin like by 50%. So I'm thinking in the future, we might not see massive corrections like 80%, 90% corrections for Bitcoin. You might see less corrections, like maybe 40, 50% correction. And if Bitcoin goes up to like like $1 million or so, maybe 500,000, then you might see even less corrections, like maybe only 20% max, like just like the stock market, right? Share market, we're not going to see like 50% corrections every 2-3 years, right? We just see the max 5% correction, 20% correction. And we might, if we are lucky, we might see that if Bitcoin price goes up in value, like, you know, up to over 500,000, at that time we might see less corrections. Like even it's the same the way it goes up. Maybe you might see only like 10% pump, like instead of like 30-40% in like few months. So we might not see that in the future, because when the price is high, it'll be harder for even for whales to sell Bitcoin and manipulate the price.
Lakal, I agree, and I know time is may not be the time for this, but I want to highlight a risk in terms of stable coins as well. I mean, USDT, for example, we don't know how much is exactly how much US dollars they are holding, and there's a lot of conversation on they're having you know, bad debts like Evergrande and stuff like that. So there's a risk there as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Ishan, you're completely right. Everything as I said, everything we do, there's bit of risk involved. So USDT issue I knew like from a long time. So I, even in the group, I always tell guys, like, when you sell your Bitcoin, make sure you hold it as USDC instead of USDT, because USDT, there's so many issues with USDT. It could, you know, who knows, in the future we might see some issues. So again, like we are still, like as you said, we are still playing with the fire, right? I mean, we don't even, I mean, I'm not going to upset anyone here, but when it comes to Bitcoin, we don't even know who created this. Some people say CIA got together and created Bitcoin, and some say banks got together, they came up with this idea and they created Bitcoin just to make it look as if it goes against the banks. So that's why we feel like buying it, right? Because we don't like the banks, right? So there are a lot of stories there. We don't know anything, but at the end of the day, as I mentioned, like, we are here to just quickly make some money and pay off our debt or make our life a little bit easier. That's why we are here. So yes,
just a quick one.
Yeah,
just a quick one in regards to USDT.
Yeah.
I do agree the USDC factor, which you just mentioned, Lakal, but I'm just cautious about it. When you're doing trading or when you're buying and selling stuff, the problem is that there are less pairs to USDC compared to USDT. And that's one of the major issues that I had with USDC. But in a long-term holding, I would say USDC is a good bet against USDT.
Absolutely. So as I said, I got 85% USDC, not USDT, because USDT had issues, right? Because the problem is, you and me, like, you know, we can get together and create like a digital AUD, right? And we can just print AUD so much, just like the central bank, right? And they come, what they're saying is, if you say you have 1 million USDT, you need to have 1 million USD just to back that amount in a bank account. That's what they're saying. So it seems like they had only like maybe 20% of what they say, and then they're just saying, oh, we got some assets, like, you know, we can quickly liquidate, blah blah blah, so things like that. And this is where the problem is. So they say we have like that they have created, like, say, one, for example, like, I think they are ranked number 3 or something. So they created so much USDT, but if they can't back that USDT with real US dollars, that's when we see like a problem. And even with Evergrande, there's I heard stories like they actually Evergrande, they owe a lot of money to USDT, so they borrow so much money from USDT, and now they might not be able to pay it back because of they're having issues, like, you know, they're going to default or something. So USDT is not a good place to be right now. For a short-term trades or whatever, if you do, you can use USDT, because most of the exchanges, they accept USDT. But as soon as you're not doing anything with that USDT, better to convert into USDC and then have it on your wallet, Trezor wallet also. That's what I normally do. Okay. What was that called? Yeah, so let's quickly have a look at this Shiba Inu. Yeah, so right now it just pumped a lot, man. I mean, we can't get in right now. I mean, looks like a bull flag right here. It might keep on pumping, but I feel like I missed the board. This would have been like a really good entry point right here. So from here to here, anywhere around this area. So see, as you can see, it tried few times to go above, like here, rejected, went down, rejected, went down, to third time, fourth time, fifth and sixth time. Oh, we had enough time to buy in, but I've seen this video. Someone said like 900, around 850 to 900 would be like a really good entry point. So if we bought somewhere over here, would have been like a quick trade. I'm not going to hold this for like a long term, right? So if I bought around this year, I would have sold like somewhere over here, maybe around like 3,000 or so, and take some quick profit. But right now, see, it's extended. Like don't feel like getting in right now. And if you look at the RSI, it's kind of still high. It went all the way to like 92, and now we dropped to like 75. So it's still high. The problem with the only issue with these coins, if Bitcoin drops, that's it, straight down, like, so you lose money, a lot faster than Bitcoin. We see like a massive red candle all the way down up to here, and then it probably could go even below this. That's the only worry. We can, if you guys know Fibonacci, we can use the Fibonacci tool. It's a really good tool. Okay, let me just show you how to use it. Clear. So let's go to 4 of a chart.
Akal, you have some YouTube videos too, right, on this subject?
Yeah, like once in a while, when I'm bored, I do like a video.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Just
all the time.
Some guys,
yeah. But I realized this is a lot better, right? We can look at charts and all that, because in the group I need to take screenshot and then share and give a lot of explanation, right? Write it down. But this is much easier. We can record it and share it, like, so we can share our knowledge. So this is the Fibonacci tool, so we can use it from, maybe somewhere over here, 800. It's called Fibonacci tool. This is a pretty good tool as well. So if we see like a massive pump, this is for Shiba Inu, right? So once you see a massive pump like that, then if you see like 4 candles going down, like it could be 3 candles, right? If you see like a price correction, see, this would have been like a really good second entry point. So let's say you missed the total pump from 800, Satoshi 800. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so 850 Satoshi. Let's say you missed out on 850 Satoshi to buy Shiba Inu, but then you see it hit over here, and when you see this red candle, you can do like a Fibonacci retracement all the way up here, and then 0.5, it dropped to 0.5. So this area would have been like a really good second entry point, either there or I need to reverse this one actually. Hold on. Go to settings. Let's reverse. One sec. Does it say reverse somewhere? No, where was it? Yeah, I normally use this on my phone. So, okay, anyways, I can redraw this one again. So let's just do it the other way around. Actually, I did it the other way around, like this. Okay. Yeah, sorry about the delay. So, yeah, okay. Yeah. So let's say, for example, we missed out this massive pump, right? All the way from 800 Satoshi to 3,500. When you see this kind of a massive pump, and if you see this, when you see this red candle, you can draw this Fibonacci retracement. And normally this area is called golden retracement. This area right here. Specifically, let me just go here. Yeah, this area right here is called, this area is called golden retracement level. So if you see, when you see a massive pump like that and it keeps on dropping, if you missed out, the second entry you can do somewhere over this area, right? This area, right around this area. So it dropped and it recovered, right? So this would have been like a good second entry point. And then you can, this is more like for trading, right? I mean, this coin, I'm not going to hold it for long. I'll just make a quick gain, I'll get out of it. And you buy it over here, and then you could have probably sold around 3,000 Satoshi. Buy it at 2,000 Satoshi, sell it at 3,000. This is for like more like trading. But most people, what they do, they put like leveraged, they do a leverage long trade around this area. And if it goes up by, say, let's say from here, it's going up about like, say, 40%. And if you do like a 10x leverage, you probably get 400%. You know, this more like for trading. And yeah, but forget about the chart. This this area 0.5 to 6.618. This they call this as a golden retracement area. So if you miss a pump, when it drops to this area, we can accumulate for long term, like for something like Bitcoin. But this coin, I just buy and sell time to time. This could still pump a lot higher, but it depends on Bitcoin price at the moment. So that's Shiba Inu. So remember 0.618 and 0.5. This is the area you can reaccumulate. Sometimes it could even drop below here. It could come all the way to between 0.618 to 0.7786, this area. But this one's so strong, there's a lot of bullishness. People just bought back in around this area. That's why it just did not come all the way to 618. But sometimes it could drop and come back to this area, and this could be like a really good area to buy back in if you just missed the first bull run or first pump. Yeah. So anything else? Any other? What's happening? It's like kind of it's 54.88 now, so it's just not doing much for the past few days. Yeah, so this could be like a bull flag or like a bull. It's a bull pennant, or yeah, so it's kind of something like that. This could be bullish and it could break out. You can draw something like that.
Can you aim it to 100? No, I'm just kidding.
No, not so soon. So normally what happens, see, this is like a bullish pattern because it's coming from below. This could be like a bullish trend. And if you see this kind of triangle, the target, this is for more like for traders, would be this length. You can clone it. Yeah. And you just take this clone and just, if it breaks out from here, okay, what's the target? 58. Yeah. So if it breaks out from this bullish triangle, we might see pumps all the way to like 58, 600, 59, or even 59. And then maybe you might see a bigger correction, but you have to wait and see. So this, for now, this pattern looks bullish, unless someone just come and dump Bitcoin if there's like some kind of bad news, or if the share market goes down. Yeah, then for this to happen, there's 70% chance it will break up, there's 30% chance it will break down. This is a bullish
Okay,
pattern.
Are you taking that as a consolidation phase?
Huh?
Are you taking that as a consolidation?
Yeah, you could say so. I mean, you could say so, yeah.
Is that why you're predicting that there's a bigger chance in going up? Is that why? Or
yeah, because see, look at this, like it hit here, and then again it tried to hit over there, went back down, and now it's going for the third time. So normally there's like a kind of a W pattern which is bullish, and then especially like this low. Let me just clear this one. This low right here, this low is higher than this low, and that's something bullish as well. So that means people are not letting Bitcoin drop all the way to 53, right? When it dropped to 53, 600, people just got back in. So that's like a bullish. It's showing off some bullishness. So
also from fundamental side, Lakal, there's money moving from gold to gold market is coming down and the Bitcoin is going up. So some people are saying the money is moving from gold to this one.
True. Plus the ETF, all these ETF
plus news. ETF fundamentals.
So the only worry is it's at a critical point right now. It's still below 65. And my worry is it'll go up to like 59, 500 or something, and then drop down, like, from there. That's my only worry. As I said, I could be really bullish once Bitcoin has gone above 65K and consolidate above 65K with a confirmation. Then I could be really bullish. But right now I'll be really cautious, like what's going on. And having said that, if I then I have to wait till Bitcoin goes above 65K. In that case, I might not be able to make much money right now, but that's okay, because we don't know what would happen. Yeah, it could go all the way to like 50. People were talking about 57 as a target, but according to this pennant, we might see a bit higher prices, actually, maybe up to 58, 57. So there's it could go all the way to like about 58 to 62. There's a possibility it could pump to that level. And the real question is, what will happen after that? Will it dump or will it pump? That's the question. So it's indecision at the moment. Like, I would rather stay on the sidelines. I mean, even if it goes up, it's okay. I still hold a bit of Bitcoin, so I'm not too worried. But I'm not going to buy at these levels, because it's a bit of a worry, given that the RSI is so high somewhere over here. It's kind of, this is a 4-hour chart. So if you look at 1 day, RSI is still high. I would rather get in when RSI drops to 33, around these areas. Yeah, so this is the MACD. As you can see, when it's really bullish, you will see like dark green candles likewise. And when you see the momentum is, when you see losing momentum towards upside, that's when you see like lighter green bars. And then the bars get shorter and shorter, then it becomes red. It becomes red, like over here, right here. Yeah, just like over here. So it becomes like light green, light green, and then it turns red. So something like that. But yeah, if someone has like a long-term perspective, it's okay to buy a little bit of Bitcoin and hold it for some time. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, the situation that I'm in, like, if I explain it to you, it's been a while, like I've been holding these coins, right? So it's kind of been like a headache for me to hold them and not making much money. And your wife's been complaining about it too. So and then we are looking forward to buy a house in the future. So I mean, it's different for everyone, right? For me, this is not the time, like, say, to buy like some Bitcoin, and then if Bitcoin drops like 50%, I don't want to hold it for like another 3-4 months, or maybe like a year or so, because we don't know how long. If it drops, we don't know, we might go into like a massive bear market, or it's just a short-term downtrend and we'll go back up. We are not too sure about that. So right now I'm not in a position to, like, put so much money. And in case if it drops, then it's going to be a bit of a worry for me. And then, you know, given that I'm planning to maybe buy a house end of next year or so. So I'm still on the sidelines. That's what I do, right? Doesn't mean if you have like a long-term perspective, yes, you can add a little bit of Bitcoin, but still looking at the RSI and fear and greed, it's not a good time to get in. I would rather wait. I mean, you will always find opportunity, right? I mean, you know, sometimes you feel like, oh my God, if it looks like it's going to like 70, 80K, am I going to lose this, the whole bull run? No, it's not going to be like that. There are days where it's like really bullish, and there'll be like days will be like really bearish and everybody's hating Bitcoin. So you'll get your day. So I would rather patiently wait and see what happens. And when I get the opportunity, I'll get back in and add more Bitcoin. And that would give more value to my USDC that I hold, right? So if I buy now, I can, let's say I can buy only like a quarter of a Bitcoin, right? But if I wait for if it's a big if Bitcoin drops like 25K, then I would be able to buy half a Bitcoin instead of buying a quarter of Bitcoin right now. So USDC that I hold will give more value to accumulate more Bitcoin if it drops. So I'm on the sidelines. You don't have to do that. I just play with some leverage tokens and try to make a little bit of money here and there. Even last night, I just bought some leverage tokens I mentioned in the group because everybody's bullish and I'm the only one who's like bearish and saying things like, oh, it might go down. So I thought, okay, I'll join the party, just add a little bit of leverage tokens. So, you know, I can be in the same boat as you. So if even for Ripple, if it goes up, I'll be happy. But let's wait and see. Like even Saturday, Sundays, you'll see like very less volume. We need to see probably let's see what happens on Monday, Tuesday. That's where you see like most traders come and like trade Bitcoin, because Saturday, Sunday they might be on a holiday. So
do you see a pattern like a day that it is low, like in the day? Like you just say, is there a pattern? Like, have you noticed like a Sunday, weekends, the prices fluctuate? So have you noticed anything like that?
Yeah, so weekends we have less volume. That's what we noticed. There's a chart, I forget, there's a specific chart that you can search and get. It shows you only it shows you the candles except the weekends. So when you look at that, you have like a really good idea what's going on. But normally Saturday, Sundays, you know, I mean, there's normal people trade these coins, right? So normal traders, like they work, say like Monday to Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, they're like, you know, go back, you know, they don't work on weekends. So given that that's the case, like, you know, I know Bitcoin is 24/7. Saturday, Sunday, sometimes it's a good day for people to manipulate the price because there's very less volume. They can either pump it up, dump it, or whatever. So we'll see a lot of price fluctuations happening like towards the weekend. But during the week, that's what I noticed, right? I noticed that. And of course, I heard a lot of traders are talking about it. So I mean, it's not just, I'm just saying this for the sake of it. And I heard a lot of traders are saying this as well.
Can I emphasize something what you just mentioned, Lakal? You said little amount. So I think that's a very important word you just mentioned. Little amount from your portfolio for the leverage tokens.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I really don't even want to discuss about leverage. Man, I cannot recommend. I mean, this is, see, the whole point I'm doing this is to share knowledge, and I want people to make money, right? That's the whole point. And if I'm promoting some leverage tokens and some meme coins here, then it goes against my will, and then people lose money, then I feel bad, right? That's why I really don't want to talk about it, because as we know, leverage trading is really, really hard. I mean, I might say I probably know a little bit about charts, but there are so many times I lost money. Even recently, I tried to short. I think I mentioned last week, trying to short Solana, like when it was just going up crazy, and lost a lot of my money. So then I thought, okay, no, I'm not going to promote this, and I'm not going to even do it myself. Just stay level-headed and see what's going on. And apart from that, even if I'm putting some money onto leverage trading or leverage tokens, that would be the profit that I made from previous years, right? So I'm not risking my fresh capital that I'm holding to buy Bitcoin. I'm not going to use that for leverage tokens. I might use like, maybe 1% of the money that I made from past 1 to 2 years on leverage token. So even if I lose it, that's fine, right? I can still sleep. So we should be investors, right? Not just like short-term traders. Like, it's not going to be easy. But once you make a bit of money in the future, if you make a little bit of money from Bitcoin and other currencies, of course, then you can just take $100, $200 and try what happens. I can trade here and there. You can do paper trading, where you don't actually lose money, just like a number that displays on the exchange. There's places you can do that. You can just paper trade to get the hang of it. And even if you lose, you're not going to lose anything because it's a paper trade. So you can do something like that to get a bit of experience, and then you can take maybe $100 and just do a bit of a trade. And if you lose it, that's fine. You can still sleep. Right now, as I said, I'm not in a position to risk too much money.
Yeah,
so
look, I want to add something.
Yeah,
I want to add something. My view, and it can be really negative in a way if you guys actually see it, but I have to say, my view is to buy when everyone is selling, and sell when everyone is buying. It's very simple. I have been burned, and like I'll mention this before as well for himself, but myself, burned to the death, and I can't wait for another 3-4 years holding and waiting and hoping that it will go up, and I mean, this can be a very good experience for a newcomer to say, okay, I'm going to look at the market, I'm going to put small amount of money, I'm going to look at it, how it's going to fluctuate, probably look at Lakal's, all this information that he's providing, which is really good. It helped me a lot in my journey. So thank you, Lakal, for that. But same time, it just mind-blowing if you guys actually fall. I mean, we would like to see you, continuously being in this space. So please be careful.
Yeah, I agree, because let's say you like a newcomer, right? New to this market, and then you buy it right now at the top, and then it goes down by 50%, and you don't feel like buying back again, right? We don't want to get into that kind of situation. So then you probably start hating Bitcoin, start hating all these altcoins, and then you might not invest for a long time. So that's not the way to do it. Like, you wait for the right moment, do a bit of research, and when it goes down, you buy, and then when you see it keeps on going up, you can keep on adding. You can dollar cost average. When on the way up, you can dollar cost average sell. Then it becomes something really fun, right? I mean, you just make money, like, so you have a bit of extra income. So it becomes like, for me, it's like a hobby. That's how I started. But man, 24/7, I'm on it. I'm always watching it. I'm kind of like looking at this chart. I love it. So yeah, I mean, anyone can do it. It's no big deal, right? I mean, there's no rocket science. Even if you Google like chart patterns, you can learn all this. There are some traders, Alicio, you can check Alicio's charts. There are, I mean, some trading courses you could do. Maybe you have to pay $50, something like that, or $20 or so. Just pay and you can learn. It's really helpful. And the good thing is, even if you lose your job, right? If you know how to swing trade, like not like day trading, say you buy right now and then 3 months later you sell and make a bit of money. See, then you created like just like an extra income for yourself. And even with DeFi, you earn like 8 to 10%, 8 to 10% from crypto.com, or there are so many other apps like that. Celsius, you can make a bit of money as well. They pay you interest. And that becomes the extra income, right? So right now, it's very important to have multiple incomes in something, because it's what we're going through right now is really sad. There's a lot of uncertainty out there. We could lose our job, that these things can happen. So in that kind of scenario, we don't need to like worry too much. If we have like multiple incomes, we can just survive for 3 to 4 months until we find a job. So that is very important as well. Yeah, so that's what it is. And one more thing, if anyone is, if you guys expecting the share market to go down, right? This is on ASX. This is called BBOZ. this is inversely correlated to the share market. So right now I'm expecting the share markets to go down, like Dow Jones, because they all went hit like all-time highs. So who knows, maybe we might see a bigger correction. If that's what you believe, you can buy this. It's called BBOZ. This is inversely correlated to the share market. So what happens when the share market goes down, this one goes up. So
is it on the Binance?
This is on ComSec, Sam.
Oh, ComSec.
Yeah. So if you, I'll show you like example. So this is when we had issues with 2020. Yeah. So this is the market crash we had during COVID. Remember COVID crash. So this one pumped from $8 all the way to about $20. I mean, not as great as cryptocurrency, but still you can make a little bit of money. So percentage wise, it just went up 150%, which is not too bad. So right now, if you're still expecting the share market to go down, see now it has gone even lower. So it's cheaper to buy it right now. I just bought some around $4, $4.20. Likewise, now it has come up a bit. So let's say at least if it goes up to this 200-week moving average. Let me just change this to.
I feel like I should put a small leverage bet here.
Yeah,
just kidding, guys. Just kidding.
No, this is something similar to leverage token. It's like this is like a bear leverage token, but it's on the share market, right? So as you can see, it's slightly gone above this 21-week moving average. This one right here, but if the share market it's an ETF, so you're not going to see price just go up crazy up or down unless you see like a bigger correction. Who knows, it could go down as well. You can, I mean, I'm not asking anyone to put so much money. If the market crashes, then we might see just pumps. Like if it goes to like $10 or $12, you can take you can triple your money from here. That's something I'm holding up because I'm expecting.
But this is only ASX inverse.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. ASX inverse.
ASX inverse.
Yeah, that's it. And they have some other coins as well, but this is the cheapest. So we would rather go for the cheapest. For example, it's called Beta Shares. Yeah, this is what it is. It's like Beta Shares. See, Beta Share Exchange. Or they have the ETFs here. Let's click on this. Go back. ETFs. So this is the website.
Like we are asking so many questions and taking a lot of time.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's all good, bro. That's fine. Yeah, so you can do a bit of research on this one, Beta Shares. You'll probably see it.
Sure, I will. I'll get it.
It gotta be somewhere there. I can't remember how I found it. Yeah. So yeah, you can do a bit of research on this. Let's go back to this. Yeah, so this is that one there. What else? Yeah. See, as you can see, like BTC shorts has gone up a bit. Let's go to daily chart. Yeah, so there's like a 40% up short. So maybe a lot of people are expecting Bitcoin price to go down in value. I don't know whether that would happen or not. See, shorts are BTC shorts right here, going up. So that's like indication that maybe a lot of traders.
So the BTC short is inverse.
Inverse again.
Inverse again, right? Inverse short.
Inverse.
Okay.
Yeah. Inverse. So that means a lot of people, maybe a lot of traders are expecting BTC price to go down, but they could be wrong.
So if we're wrong, we put a small bet on a leverage or something like that.
Sorry, Sam, say it again, please.
No, I'm not going to say that. No, it's not a good thing, I think. I know. Yeah. I really like this inverse. I really like this inverse ETF. So it's showing the opposite.
I mean, I wouldn't mind having a personal we can have personal chat on Telegram, right? That's okay. But given that there's new people here, I don't want to promote it. That's the only thing I have.
But at least we all know there's another product that we can buy if we believe the things are going down.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. That's the point. It's a very good point that you're making, right? Because when the market is going down, we simply just sit down and watch. We cannot do anything, right? We cannot make money when the market goes down. But if you are into leverage tokens, especially BTC down, XRP down, ETH down, like if you buy these coins, when the market goes down, you can still make money. That's the good thing about these coins. So you buy, let's say, BTC down, and BTC down, and the Bitcoin price goes down in value, you gain. BTC down will go up in value because inversely correlated. And then you can sell that, use that money to buy Bitcoin. So we can do something like that. So that means, yeah, there's an option when the market is going down, you can still make money out of these leverage tokens. But it's high risk, high return. It's from this high risk, high return category. And if it goes the other way, you just tend to lose, like, a lot of money. And if it goes the other way. Okay. Is there anything else we want to discuss? You guys want to add any questions? Let me just look at the chat.
Yeah, I just want to ask about the tax side of that, the CGT and the, does it goes with the first in, first out method, or how does it?
It's simply like buying and selling shares, the same thing. If you hold Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies for more than 12 months, then it's like you have to pay capital gain tax if you make a profit, or like capital gain, capital loss if you lose money. So if it, as you know, right, if
capital gain, so how does they calculate? It's based on the last price, is it? For example, if you buy part by part for $500, $1,000, and maybe $3,000, like you keep on accumulating, and at one point you are selling everything. So they go with the first in, first out method, is it? Or
so every time you buy Bitcoin, there was like a specific AUD amount, right? Say you buy, so you need to calculate all that, and then when you sell, you have to calculate all that and minus, and then trying to find, like, let's say you bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin at 10K, right? And you sold that amount, that exact amount, at 20K. So you simply double your money, right? So, and if you've been holding it for like more than 12 months, so let's say you put 1,000 and you made $2,000. So your profit is $1,000. But if you've been holding it for more than 12 months, 500 for you can keep it for yourself. The other 500 will add it to your salary and get taxed. So that's the other 500 becomes your income.
Capital gain. Income.
It becomes your income for that financial year.
Not the capital gain.
No, it's a capital gain because it's more than 12 months, right? So for example, let me explain again. You put $1,000 and you make 2,000 and you sell. So your profit is $1,000, right? And you made that money in 13 months, let's say 14 months, so more than 12 months. So you made $1,000 profit. CGT applies only for 50% of the profit that you make. So 500 for you can keep it. You no need to worry. The other 500 will add it to your salary and get taxed. But unfortunately, if you do trading, like, so if it's less than 12 months, it's called like trading, right? They might say swing trading or whatever. Then you made $1,000, that entire amount will add it to your salary and get taxed. So for that financial year, your income has gone up by $1,000. The worst thing is
it's your income.
It becomes your income, And then worst thing is, if you want like a higher salary bracket, that'll be really bad because you end up paying a lot of tax, right? Then as a solution, if your wife is making less money than you can open up all your accounts under her name. That's one option. Or you can open up a trust. So if you, let's say your parents are here, you got a lot of cousins, and you have a lot of your uncle and auntie is here, if they're not working or something, you can open up a trust and you can have them as your beneficiaries. Like, for example, my mom is here, and then you can say, oh, I made like, say, $5,000, and that goes to my mom. So if it's not, if it's less than 18,000, you're not going to pay any tax.
Yes,
for her.
Tax-free threshold, yeah.
Yeah. So it's better to find like some, I mean, you're not doing anything wrong, right? You're trying to just avoid tax. So that's okay to avoid tax.
Yeah, it's like a tax management, not evasion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or a company structure.
Oh, yeah. Or the company structure. You can open up a company and buy it from the company. And what is it now, Shehan? Like 25%, right? Max tax.
30% tax, is it? Company 30%.
26%.
26%. Oh, they reduced because of COVID, I think. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, it comes back to like something like, I say, a capital gains tax. So if you're trading in a company structure, which you can open up in a Binance or any other exchange, well, regardless of the 12-month gap, you would be taken off from the profit. You will pay a certain amount from that profit. Yeah, so that's like a really good option in that case. So if you feel like that you have to sell in less than 12 months, then you can open up a company and do trading under that company. So you, regardless of how much you make, you pay only like 26%, which is a good thing. You don't need to hold for like 12 months. Okay.
Yeah. Also, the other day, Ishant mentioned that we can use our super funds too, but I think that's another big topic, you know. But maybe.
Yeah, you can. But you have to wait. You cannot access that money until you get like 60 or something, right? 65 or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So for me, like, I don't want to wait that long, right? So I mean, it's a good thing. Like, you know, it's good thing because you set aside like money for a rainy day, especially when you are like 65 years old. Then you have enough money in your super account. You don't need to worry. You don't need to rely on your job or whatever. That's a good thing. But that's a long time, right? I don't want to wait that long. But I mean, when I work, I get they pay like a certain amount, like not 9.5% or so, also goes to my super. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, I mean, this could be option as well. So you end up paying less tax as well, and then you can you can open up a trust, and you can go into CoinSpot and then open up an account under the trust, and you can buy under the trust as well. So if you have any beneficiaries who like people are not working so much, or if your wife is not working, or if you have like say your maybe I don't know much about you guys, if you have like a daughter or a son who's like 17, 18 years old, you can just open it up under her name, or you can have her or him as a beneficiary. So if he is not working at all, then you don't have to pay much tax on it. So it's better to find things like that. At the start, it's better to come up with something like that, because once you made money under your name, you can't do much, right? Then you end up paying a lot of tax. Yeah, so if you have any other question or anything else you want to add, we can do that. Otherwise, maybe you can call it a day. Oh, yes. Oh, what is it like is it what is it, like a coin or no? Oh, okay. I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Please.
No. It's for my birthday. One of the guys made it. So.
Oh, that's nice, man. Yeah.
It's just a form, you know. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, yeah. Thanks, Laka. You answered a lot of questions, man. Thank you.
Oh, that's all good. Okay, then.
Thanks a lot, Lakal.
Okay, guys. Yeah. So.
Thank you.
I'm glad that there's a lot of people here.
Oh, sorry. One more thing, Laka. Yes. How the other guys can join with your Telegram group?
Okay, I have a link. I'll send it to you. I'll send you the link. They can.
All right. I'll put it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have to download Telegram and then click on it. Then they'll be added straight away.
Okay.
So So see you guys all. I was quite happy to see a lot of people there, and then I learned so much from you guys as well. Thank you for that.
Thanks,
so
let's
do it again on next Saturday. Thank you
Thanks,
guys.
Sam.
Bye.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Sam. Bye. Bye.
Bye, man. Good night.
Good night.
Thanks, Lakal. Maybe we'll have another good few more things. We'll put it. Satoshi. We'll ask about Satoshi. You know.
That's okay.
Next one.
Absolutely. Okay, Sam. Thank you, buddy. See you.
Take care, buddy. Bye.